Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a 32-year-old Zimbabwean woman. I have been staying here in Johannesburg for the past 8 years. So there is something that happened 2 years after I had started working for this other woman. She was someone that had money. She and her husband, they had a lot of money, but there were things that they did to their neighbor. Since this woman, I know her and I still have their phone number, even though I can't go to the place where they stay because they are living in the estate. And if you do not have authority and if your fingerprints are removed at the gate, they won't allow you to get in there. So I have been thinking and I have been having a lot of nightmares. This woman, I know that from the time when I left the place where I was working, she had 2 miscarriages and she had another stillborn baby, and she has been struggling to give birth to another child. So every time when I go on her contact, I want to tell her the things that my boss asked me to do at her house, but I'm scared. What if I tell this woman the truth? After I would have told her the truth, then the people, they are going to look for people that will kill me. I'm so scared and I need advice. So let me take you back. This is not the first time that it has ever happened to me, whereby I am used by another person to bewitch the person that they hate. It started when I was still very young. I had gone to visit my grandmother. This was during the schooling holidays. When I was at my grandmother's place, that was when my grandmother had a big fight with this other woman who stayed in that same street. It's like my grandmother, she was a witch. So witches, they have a way to test each other out, especially if they do not belong to the same coven. If they belong to a different club, they will hate and test each other. So my grandmother and that woman, they started fighting for no reason at all. There was no need for them to fight. It was about water at the borehole, because we had a village borehole where we used to go and get our drinking water. So my grandmother on that day, it's like she was looking for trouble. From the time that she woke up, I could see it in her eyes that she was just looking for trouble from someone. And I avoided him throughout the morning. If she would say, do this, I'll do that, exactly as she had told me to do. She then took her bucket and she said that she was going to fetch some water. Off she went, and it was a breath of fresh air when she left, because she was just toxic on that day. When she went to the borehole, that was when I heard that there was a fight. She had fought with this other woman from the same street where we were staying. So this woman, she was also a witch. They made threats to each other. They were threatening each other so bad. Then my grandmother said to that woman, we are going to see who is much more powerful between you and me. That lady, she got so sick after my grandmother had given me eggs, and she had told me to go and to smash those eggs close to that woman's home late at night. Since the dogs, they knew me, they did not even bark, they did not even do anything. And I went and I smashed the eggs and I cleaned the place, and I returned back with the eggshells, just like what my grandmother had told me to do. Fast forward, I then came to South Africa. I started working as a domestic worker and always minding my own business. So then my madam boss, she started telling me that the woman next door, because they stay in a complex but inside a big estate, and they told me that their neighbor has been bewitching them. That is why their child was always sick, and they were looking for someone who was going to do a go back to sender for them. Fast forward, they then told me that they had found someone that was going to do a go back to sender. They came, this other man that was from Zim, a red garment prophet, and I'm afraid of those people. I even warned my madam boss about the red garment prophets, because they always want money, and they will always look for a way to keep on getting money from you, even if they would have assisted you. And my madam boss, he said, that is exactly what I want. I want a person that is going to be able to assist me. And if you say that these people are this dangerous, then it means that we have made the right choice not to look for a South African prophet, but to look for a prophet from your country. This man came, we spoke, he even told me where he comes from in Zim. That is why I am afraid, because he knows our village. He even knows our chief. He told me that he was once called by our village headman so that he can come and cleanse the whole village. So even if I want to report this issue to this woman who is struggling, who has had miscarriages and stillborn babies, I'm scared that if I expose my former boss, it means that I am also exposing this prophet, because this prophet, he relies on South African customers. It means that his business will also go down. He also stay close to the location where I am staying. Hence, I have come here. I just need advice. After my boss had seen that me and the man from Zim, we were communicating so nice, my boss then said to me, you know what, I like the way that you spoke with that man. Is it possible that you can be the one to assist us even more? And I said, how so? What do you mean when you say that you want me to assist you even more? And then that was when they told me that they wanted me to act as if I was the one that was bewitching their neighbor, because they hated each other and she had no way of entering into the woman's home, because there were some prayers that were supposed to be left in the woman's bedroom so that she can start to experience the bad things that they wanted to happen to her, because they honestly believed that she was a witch. So in everything that they were doing, they did it because they thought that they were doing an honest go back to sender. They said that since next door there was another lady who was my friend that I was a friend of, they wanted me to use that woman. I will go there during the day when our bosses are not around. We can visit each other. And when I enter into the house, and then I just find a way to go into the bedroom and to drop off those charms. Like the charms, it's not something that you can even notice, because it was just a little cloth, very small, such that you won't even notice that I was supposed to drop in the bedroom to look for a particular place where I was going to drop off that little cloth. It was supposed to stay in that bedroom for 2 weeks. Then it means that it will be in their house forever. It will disappear and become something big. So they gave it to me. It was inside a small bottle, a plastic bottle that once had glycerin, and they gave it to me, and they told me that when I enter into the woman's yard, I was supposed to open that empty bottle that once had glycerin, the little ones, and then I take out that cloth, and when I enter into the house, I keep on holding and playing with it, and I find a place to drop it off. So that is what I did. I knew what time my friend cleans, just like the way that I was also working, that early in the morning after your boss has gone to work, you start cleaning their bedrooms, making the beds and everything. So I went and I spoke with her, and I told her that I was just feeling too lazy on that day, and we were talking as she was busy vacuuming in the bedroom. As she was busy vacuuming in the bedroom, when she was not looking at me, I then went close to the bed, in the space between the mattress and the headboard. I just pushed the mattress just a little bit, and I dropped off that red cloth. It was small, such that you won't even suspect that this thing has been dropped by someone who wants to do a go back to sender. So I dropped it off in there, And then I left and I said, I'm scared that my boss might come. If my boss returns back and she finds out that I am not at home, she's going to be angry at me. So I left since I had finished the assignment, but that was not the last assignment that they had given to me. Like in the complex, it's very rare for people to close their gates. So sometimes they would give me some things that I had to drop in the front gate of that woman or at the front door. I'll just go there and drop something, even a small stone that they use in the white and red garment churches, and I will just walk out. If it happened that my friend did not see me, but if she would have seen me, I would say, I'm just checking up on you. What are you cooking today? Like now it is lunch. That is when I used to go there, so that if she comes out, then I will pretend as if I am just looking for something to eat, since it was on my lunch break. So I kept on doing this until they told me that it was done. So after that, I started to experience nightmares. I was always scared, as if there was someone that was always with me in the house whenever my bosses were not around. The mistake that I did that made that couple to start hating me, this was after I had told them that I was experiencing all of these nightmares. All of a sudden, they then hired another woman, and they said that since I did not have a work permit, they could not hire me anymore. So I knew why they had fired me. It was because they had got back to sender. It had worked really well. And now that I was complaining about all of these scary dreams that I was having, they did not want me around them. They thought maybe that I was cursed. I then moved on with my life and I started working somewhere else. So currently the challenge that I am facing that has brought me here, it is because I am experiencing all of these nightmares, and usually I hear a clear voice that say these words to me: you need to tell this woman everything that you were made to do. But I am scared. What if these people look for someone that is going to kill me? Please assist me. If I had an option to return back home, and I return home and I will be able to get another job, it was going to be easy for me, because I will know that I can expose the woman. Then I run away to my country. But employment is very difficult. I am dependent on the piece jobs that I am doing here in South Africa, and in the family I am the breadwinner. If I do not work back home, people can starve to death. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Can you imagine your neighbor doing such a thing in your house using your own maid? Then there is another message that was sent to me. The message that was sent to me, it reads like this: hello, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? I am a South African man from Mpumalanga. This is my confession. It was in 2021. Life had beaten me. I had lost my job during COVID. My wife, she left pretending as if she was going to see her parents, and that was the end of our marriage. She went with the kids, and I was sleeping on my cousin's spare foam mattress in Tembisa. I became angry at God. I became jealous of other men. Then I met a man from Mozambique. This man, he used to buy second-hand cars from us. He was someone that always had money on him. He then said, you know, when I came to South Africa gave me nothing, but I went to Mozambique, and that was where I got all of this wealth. He said that if you want, you can also go to Mozambique with me, because at that time he had recently purchased a brand new white Ford Ranger, and in order for him to thank the ancestors, he had to be in Mozambique. So he said, if you want, let us go together. We went to Mozambique. We traveled to a place that is called Chimoyo, and there we were told to leave our phones at the traditional healer's house, and then we were taken to to this other forest. It was a very dark forest and there were graves everywhere. We walked, it was about 11 of us, those that had gone to do rituals but from different countries, including some that had came back to be strengthened again. We walked for 40 minutes at night. It was so quiet, and when we were walking, we had been warned that there are some snakes that usually bite people there. So you can just imagine how scared I was. Finally, we reached this other place, and there was a house that was made in that forest, and then we were told that we had to wait until the next day. The next day came, and inside the house there was someone that was in there that we could not set our eyes upon. This man was the one that was going to assist us. This man then told us that in order for us to have money, those that we had came to that place the first time around, we were supposed to eat the insides of a human being. I felt like vomiting the moment that we were told that this was what we were supposed to do. Human testicles were brought before us, and they were cooked and were cut and were made into gravy, and then pap was brought before us. It was dry pap, maybe that had been cooked even for a month, and we were told to eat it with the human testicles, and no one was supposed to vomit, otherwise we will all start again. And after we had eaten, we were made to bite a stick so that you won't vomit. That is the first ritual that I performed. I was then given a small stick that I was told to return with back to South Africa. So this stick later on, when it had grown and when it was green, I was told to return back to Mozambique. I was then given what they call snake oil. That traditional healer caught a snake. It was a black mamba, and after that healer had caught a snake, the snake was burnt. It was totally burnt, and there was the oil that was taken out from the snake, and this oil was then put in a small plastic bottle, and I was told that this was what I was supposed to use to make money. Like, it is magic money, but magic money has to be stolen from somewhere else. I was then given some things to do and not to do. I don't have to eat food that is cooked when I am not there, meaning that I can't eat at restaurants. I can only eat food that I see being prepared. So I cook my own food. I can't sleep with any woman that I want. I have to be told which woman I have to sleep with, and I have to be generous at all the times to gift strangers, especially those that beg in the streets, money at all the times. This will cleanse me because of the things that I use, the things that I do. It makes my spirit to be dirty at all the time. So I was told that I have to be generous and give a lot of money to different people. So this is how I get my money. Whenever I want money, I wake up early in the morning, and then I go into town when it is really quiet. Sometimes I go into town around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and then I walk around. I have to go to 4 ATMs from the same bank. If it is FNB on that day, I don't have to mix different banks. I have to go to FNB ATMs. If it is Standard, if it is Capitec or Absa, then each and every ATM, I take out that plastic bottle. Then I start to rub my fingers with the snake oil. This I do when I am still in the car because I have to do it as quickly as possible. Then I go to the ATM. I try to touch everywhere that people touch when they are using the ATM machine, including pressing the numbers on the ATM and also the screen if it is a touch screen. But after I have done that, what I am supposed to do is that I withdraw money. Sometimes I can even withdraw 20 rand, 50 rand. This money, I am supposed to go to a place where it is crowded, a place where two roads meet in town, but it is crowded. So usually I go downtown and then I drop off that money. The person that will pick up that 20 rand or the 50 rand will think that it is good luck, but I would have removed the bad luck that is caused by the snake oil, and then another person will carry that bad luck for me. I have been doing this for a very long time. Throughout the day, I do not work. All that I do is that I wait for the money to come. So if I do it today, the money does not appear in my house that very same day, but it usually appears the next day after 12 hours. That is when I can see money. The people that would have withdrawn their money, you can go and you can spend that money for things that you did not even plan for. And then you'll start to ask yourself, why did I buy this? It is because the money that you would have taken from that ATM where I would have used the snake oil, that money will come straight to me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to speak with our brother in the comment section, but he is on Facebook. I asked him and I said, so this money, so it is easy to just steal money from anyone? He said, no, I am not saying I can get money from anyone. He said, there are South Africans that live their lives as if they are zombies. And I said, what do you mean by that? He said, I mean that there are people that live their life without their ancestors, without worshiping God. So he said, those people that do not go to church, do not have any connection with the spirit, it's like you are a zombie. Anything that can happen will happen to you. Even if a ritualist wants to use you, they will use you because there is no one that will be protecting you. So he is saying that those that worship God, even those that use their ancestors and worship their ancestors, they are protected from charms like this. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.